Hi, AT from CNC at home. While my daughter practices her piano in the background, I have a plaque I want to make. I've had this on the list for a while. It's kind of a funny saying about doing mechanic stuff. Every 20-minute job is one broken bolt away from a three-day ordeal. I'm going to do this plaque two different ways. The first one is going to be on the CNC router. I'm going to just carve this out and stain the wood up. I'm kind of doing this backwards, and I really should have stained the wood first. It did turn out okay. I did it backwards. Here's a little closer look at what the router's doing. It's just carving all my letters. Now that it's done, I'll open up the box here and use the vacuum to clean up some of this sawdust that was created. Let's take a look. There should be plenty of room down here for a broken bolt. I just need to find a nice broken bolt to put on here, and then I'll attach it somehow. And that'll complete the whole look of this plaque. Now I'm going to do the same plaque on the laser. And once this is burned in using the laser, I'm going to use black powder coat to fill in the area that got burned away to really make those letters pop out. They look pretty good without the powder coat in there, but I'm going to put it in anyway, just to make it look that much better. Let's get this out to the garage and add the powder coat. It's not always easy finding a clear, flat surface to work on in the garage. I did find this little area that I should be able to work on. What I'm going to attempt is fill this in with my black powder coat, and I'll use my putty knife to just kind of make sure it's all worked in. I'll use the heat gun to get the powder coat melted. I don't know if I'll have to put a second round of powder on here or not. This ended up being deeper than I thought it would be. I thought I was picking some speeds that would work well, and ended up being around 1 millimeter deep, and I wanted about 0.5 millimeter. I may end up having to do a couple coats, or a couple layers maybe. Once I get that in, I will take some sandpaper. I will sand this off. We'll take a look at what it looks like. And my intent is to put a stain on here. I'll use a golden oak colored stain, get that on there, see what that looks like. I should be able to then just wipe that right off of where the powder coat is. As we found last time, when I applied the powder coat and then sanded, it gave the powder coat a dull look. And I just took the heat gun once I was done sanding and just gave it another blast of heat, and that seemed to shine it back up and smooth that out. We may end up having to do that. Actually, I'm assuming we will have to do that. I will start by putting some powder coat on here. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm going to dump the rest of this into my bag, and then we'll get to heating. As we did before, we'll use the low setting. It'll take a little while for this to heat up, but not too long. Once the gun's heated up, then we will just go over this and get the powder coat to melt. It looks like this has melted down in there pretty well. There's quite a gap still, so I'm going to put a second coat on here to fill that in. Still looks good and still looks a little shallow. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to put 12 coats on here. All right, well, that's looking pretty good. Just not as flush as I thought it would be. The next step is to do sanding, and more sanding, and more sanding. All of this now has to get sanded away. And I'm going to get this blown off real quick with the air compressor, see what it looks like. That's looking pretty good. Do some more sanding, get rid of some of this extra black. Maybe a little bit more heat on there to smooth that out. It'll be good. I think I could sand until the cows come home. I don't know if I would get much better than this. One of the issues, I suppose, with this process is that the powder coat does get down into the grain of the wood, and I really need to sand that out. We'll do a little bit over here. We'll reheat treat this, see what it looks like, and go from there. I have this on the higher setting, so I'm going to move faster. What do you think? Not too bad. The next step will be to put a finish on here. I think I'll go with golden oak, since that's what I've been using. I'll do that, and then we'll see what it looks like. This looks pretty good with the stain on. Comparing it to the one from the router, they both have their unique look to them. This is the router side, and then this is the laser side. The issue I had with the router side was I should have stained it first and then come back and engraved in it. Looking closely, it looks good, but the router side looks a little sloppy, and the laser side is nice and crisp. All in all, I really liked this process. Both methods turned out really well, and in the future, I'll stain first. If you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up. That always helps. If you like the content of our channel, think about subscribing, and enjoy doing your CNC at home projects.
Oops.